Was this what Mizuka-san's warning meant? Is this what she meant by ignorance is bliss? How Kimijima-ko was murdered? Man, the song finished. Anyways, hello everyone, welcome on in. It's time for more Robotics Notes Elite. We are starting Phase 10. I probably won't actually complete the phase this time. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I said that last time. It's like, oh, I'm not going to do a whole phase ever again, and then proceeded to do it the next week anyway. But if I don't finish Phase 10 today, then I'll finish it next week. But then also do... What did I swear I didn't have a hotkey for that. Like, 95% sure I did not set up a hotkey for that screen, so that's weird. Anyways, oddities aside, since Phase 11 should be fairly short, if I don't finish Phase 10 today, then next week I'll do Phase 10 and Phase 11. I'll definitely do Phase 12 all in one go, because it's literally the last one, so... But as for today, may or may not finish Phase 10 all in one go. So, last time we finished Phase 9. I know, very helpful. Mizuka-san died, and Subaru got injured and almost died. I mean, almost accidentally killed the Robotics Club by doing the wrong thing. But it's okay, we went back and did the right thing, so everything's okay. They're gonna make their big old robot, despite the everything. I don't think this is Kaido POV, but I don't know whose it is. I wake up to some weight on my shoulder, whoever I am. Maybe it is Kaido POV, never mind. I glance to my side and find Akiho wrapped up in a blanket and leaning up against me, softly breathing as she sleeps. My back hurts so bad, I feel like I'm gonna die. It's probably because I've been sitting for 20 hours straight. Well, that's not good. We took a ferry from Nishinomote Harbor to Kagoshima Harbor. From there, we've been driving for what feels like forever down the highway. I've been doing nothing but sitting the entire time, buddy. That's pretty much torture. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't have been sitting the entire time. Luckily, I managed to get a nap in, so I'm not too worried about having an attack like when we went to Tokyo last year. You awake, Yashio? Yeah. On the driver's seat, Michi grips the wheel with a sleepy look on his face. He's been driving without anyone to trade places with. Just the sort of thing you'd expect from a prideful PE teacher. Take a look. That's the Rainbow Bridge. I raise my head and see a large bridge right in front of me. It's not quite dawn yet. Tokyo isn't nearly as well lit as it was last year. Back when we visited for Robo 1, the streetlights kept the area lit up from night to early morning. Stores running late into the night had shining billboards. I want to say there were more cars on the streets too. You know that solar storm last year? Well, to conserve electricity, they cut the lights for the Rainbow Bridge by about half. That's a pro tip. Huh? The Rainbow Bridge was far brighter last year. The radiance of its white, shimmering lights hit me with some major culture shock. No, the lights are more modest, and because of that, its unique white appearance isn't quite as impressive. It's only been 4 months since the solar storm. They said on the news that complete recovery was still a long ways off. Still, compared to Tanegashima, Tokyo is insanely bright.
Aki-chan,
wake up. We're almost there. I shook her shoulder lightly. Good morning. My back hurts. You guys gotta toughen up. Michi switches on the turn signal. The truck carrying both us and Model 2 moves into the Odaiba interchange exit lane. Odaiba, I have returned! Another fairly large time skip, but that's okay. Reporting an update for the spread of the Kimijima reports. As of February 17th, 2020, 67% have spread worldwide. Total completion, 11%. Germany, past 80%. Thailand, confirmed start of spread. America, 34% complete, showing a high percentage. Regarding the rental car, they said there was a memo left behind stating GSFR. True story. Someone, figure out what it means, please. Made it! The land of the final battle! Tokyo, I've come back! Tokyo's a lot calmer than I thought. It's only been a few months since the solar storm. A lot more cheerful. Did you land yet? I'll be waiting at the venue. Oh boy. Tokyo has changed compared to last year. Feels like it's more restless, I can read. I don't like this atmosphere. Blog updated. Follow-up news. Kogori Minami mysteriously disappeared in Tanegashima. Received information from a person that worked at a car rental in 2015. Since Kogori Minami was seen there after disappearing from Tokyo. Now it's clear why Kojiro Frau was there. This witness states that Kogori looked like she was scared of something. It was about 3 months after the mysterious death of the 13 gun barrel staffers. Witness was worried that Kogori was acting weird and might attempt suicide. A couple days later, a police officer who brought a picture of Kogori came to talk to them. Looks like they came from Tokyo to look for a missing person. But I have a question. Why would you take your time to come to Tanegashima to look for a person lost in Tokyo? Why not just report it to the police? The police officer from Tokyo was kind of suspicious. Yeah. Since then, the whereabouts of Kogori Minami has been a mystery. The rental that she borrowed was discovered parked outside a place called Appleland. I don't know if any leads were left in the car. And one more thing. There was a curious post on the thread on @channel about the same time as when Kogori Minami got to Tanegashima, December 2015. Reporting. I saw 4 armed people at the Nagahama coast. Maybe it's the US Army practicing? I saw a runner boat, so I think they came by that. My intuition told me they were suspicious. The disappearance of Kogori Minami, I think, is related to the US Army drill. I'm confident that the armed men were Caucasian and not Asian. I think I'll continue to follow the Kogori Minami case. Maybe we're getting close to the truth in this conspiracy theory. Kodakane should apologize to Kojiro Frau. Was there a source that Kojiro Frau isn't a terrorist? Kodakane, your skin is too thick. If the info on this article is the truth, it matches the message from Kogori Minami. Someone was getting chased. Or it could be another made-up story by Kodakane to match the story and to bash Kogori Minami's family. Why did Kogori Minami go to Tanegashima? The island doesn't have much. Maybe because there is nothing there. Sources @channel. Is Kodakane playing with us? Speaking of Tanegashima, what happened to the rumors about the cold sleep experiment? Probably fake news. Cold sleep, lol. It's an urban legend. Feels like Tanegashima is getting a whole lot of attention recently, e.g. the rocket launch. They've had more and more opportunities to make the news. Just a coincidence. Discovered all over the world. What are the Kimijima reports? Sports Tokyo News. I read a copy of the reports, but I got stopped halfway because I got scared. I see them everywhere. Is it like a campaign for Iro-O or something? If so, it's in bad taste. I wonder if anyone cleared all of it. I'm trying for the flag for report number 6. The flags for report number 4 are too hard. I read all 7 reports. Number 7 had no text though. I think that everyone should read this. At least till number 6. Then we'll understand what the danger the world is facing. We can't keep acting like this after reading the reports, so I'm taking action, telling people about the reports, passing out flyers, planning to do a march at the start of next month. I want everyone to participate. It's fake news. People taking it seriously are crazy. Who spread it? Kimijima Co? So whoever opened report number 7 spread it? But when it got sent overseas, it got translated to English, French, Portuguese, and even in Arabic. Who did the translations? Sensei excited for translations. Looking at the information provided, it correctly states what is going on. Can't believe it was written 10 years ago. Sounds like a prophecy. I would have laughed it away 10 years ago, but reading it now gives me the chills. There's nothing to prove that it was written 10 years ago. That's it. Another solar storm is coming. Does a committee of 300 really exist? They sound like the real culprit, but can't find anything about them. I mean... It was like a month ago, right? It spread out this much in a month. I can't believe the info on the reports. Or, I believe the info on the reports. So there'll be another solar storm coming, for sure. Gotta prepare for it. I want the government to do something. If a Magnetosphere substorm hit, it's gonna be worse than last year's major blackout, right? Someone do something. If this many people have read this, I'm pretty sure someone will deal with it. What we can do is to spread the reports more and let more people know. I find it interesting that one person that said the report 7 was empty, since that was the password. It's early in the morning here in Odaiba, and Akiho is already screaming her lungs out. She's hit peak energy levels, like her drowsiness from earlier was just an act. Well, a lot happened in the last month. I get how she feels. Subaru's accident, Mizuka-san's death, the destruction of the Robotics Club. But despite all of that, she dove headfirst back into repairing Model 2. Also, she could see her dream through to the end. The VP was enraged every time she ran into Akiho. Valid. The other students at school would talk crap about her behind her back. Akiho knew this had happened. She knew she was being selfish. She said so herself, but saw things through anyway. And she just barely made it in time for the expo. But if this is her level of energy after getting to Tokyo, she's not gonna last very long. Akiho's cry from the soul draws the looks of people nearby. It's still early, but there are already lots of businessmen and office workers heading to work on foot. They all give Akiho irritated looks before hastily walking away. They seem to be on edge. Is it because today's a weekday? I guess from the perspective of all these workers, some country bumpkin yelling at the top of her lungs in the middle of the morning would be pretty annoying. If I was in their position, I'd be annoyed too. Look, look! The whole area is all decorated for the expo! Akiho doesn't seem to notice the irritation in the air around her. With a light step, she heads towards the expo arena. And this is just like when we came for Robo 1 last year. She's right. Expo ads and posters color the entire city. However, even though the expo is supposed to be an even bigger event than Robo 1, it doesn't carry nearly the same dazzling festival-esque atmosphere as Robo 1's. The train station is closed down on top of that. Due to maintenance, all railways will be halted until February 21st. And that's what Yuro says. Nah, it's an ARE annotation. They even go out of their way to recommend taking the subway or the bus as an alternative. A small abnormality of manga's sea of normalcy. That's more than enough to remind us that the scars from the solar storm a few months ago still remain. And according to the Kimijima reports, one of equal or even greater size is set to arrive this year. Just imagining it gives me the chills. As we near the expo arena, there are fewer and fewer people. We still got a little under a week left to the show starts. It looks like Sky is complete. The expo arena is divided into 2 arenas, Sky and Aqua. Last year, Robo 1 was held in Aqua. Sky was still under construction at that time. Didn't they announce they weren't going to use Sky for the expo though? That's true. Back at the start of the year, the governor declared that the Sky Arena would not be used during the expo in order to conserve electricity. Originally, both Sky and Aqua were going to be used to display giant robots from all over the world. But it's been unexpectedly difficult to get enough giant robots to fill the arenas, so both venues weren't needed. Aqua alone is pretty large after all. And while the world might be in the middle of a robot boom, considering the times, there are a lot fewer companies and people that can afford to build giant robots. And it's not like they're all building robots specifically for the expo like we are. But it's still kind of ironic that an expo arena isn't being used for the expo. There's one that kind of looks like a frog. Beautiful. The moment she sets foot into the arena, Akiho lets out a strange noise. Kai, this is awesome. This is so cool. There's so many big robots. Giant robots around 10 meters tall stand inside the arena. There are over 10 robots on display, and if you include those still under assembly and those yet to arrive, the number will get bigger. Gathered in this arena are giant robots that are currently in development all across the world as of 2020. I'm sure it'll be quite the spectacle when the full lineup is here. It's pretty amazing to think that the Robotics Club robot will be included among them. I'm finally starting to realize how far we've come. Akiho sounds. Maki-chan, you're drooling. I was just so moved. And the quality is too darn high. Professionals really do some amazing work. Some are cool, some are cute. They're all unique in their own way. It's like I've walked straight into a mecha anime. All these giant robots are here like it's the most normal thing in the world. And they're all gonna move around like it's the most normal thing in the world. This isn't fiction anymore, she says, while in a fictional visual novel, unbeknownst to her. I'm tearing up. If we combine the strength of all the robots here, we could form an Earth Defense Force. There's no enemy to fight. Weren't you expecting aliens to invade sometime soon? Besides, they aren't built for combat. Forget aliens. The robots would get smoked by modern fighter jets and tanks long before anything else. You really think so? Yes. Because they're not built for fighting, Akio. Fighting strength isn't determined by differences in performance. It's not really about the specs. It's more like they're completely outmatched. Bipedal humanoid robots don't exactly fare too well against tanks and fighter jets. Yeah. Tanks have long-range cannons. Fighter jets can hit and run. There's no way to deal with either. I doubt there's any opponent at all that humanoid robots have a clear advantage over. Unarmed humans? Snails. Snails definitely wouldn't stand a chance. Anyway, there's no point in giving this any actual thought. The giant robots that appear in mecha anime are always loaded with super tech from another dimension or whatever. They don't take damage when they get hit by enemy attacks. It's got nothing to do with toughness. It's just fantasy. It's still early in the morning, but the venue is already packed with a decent number of people. I see a lot of foreigners too. They must be servicing staff that came along with their respective giant robots. The enthusiasm in the air is pretty high. Every person here is one of the top robot engineers in the world. Is it really okay for total amateurs like us to walk among such amazing people? Ah, look. Lucky tugs on my shirt sleeve and points at a certain robot. It's a large black multi-legged robot that looks like a spider. Considering how most of the other robots are bipedal, its frame is rather unusual. And that's from the Exoskeleton Company. Interesting. No, really. It's a concept model. It's apparently called Sumeragi. The hatch on its torso is open, and what seems to be its cockpit is exposed. Is it really okay to openly display a company's secret like this? Well, Kaido, the obvious answer here is that it's not a company's secret. The cockpit is just barely large enough to fit one person. Judging by its design, it's the kind of control system where you stand inside of it. There's an apparatus to secure the waist, and it seems to have master-slave gloves installed for the arms. Rest in peace everyone in the venue, we hardly knew thee. Do you stick your hands in them to operate it? It's got 6 legs, so... how does that work? It's nothing like the hog. I wonder how it'd be used for medical support. Kaido, I don't think this is going to be used for medical support. Nothing about this screams accessibility device to me. Or is the company changing directions? Didn't I tell you? It's just a concept model. It's like a prototype developed specifically for the expo. They're basically just trying to say they can make this sort of thing. So it's a threat. Got it. Hugs were originally developed for medical support, but due to their versatility, they're used elsewhere. They've been adopted as equipment used in sports and by the police. They've even supplied to a few military units. You know, it's never a good thing when a company expands into military stuff. That's why I'm thinking that this spider robot may have been developed for military use. The Kimijima reports named the Exoskeleton Company as the manufacturer tied to the Committee of 300 as well. I can't help but be suspicious of this thing. Yeah, fair. It's most certainly a threat. But they really do look strong. Yet in complete contrast, the high school girl next to me has an intense sparkle in her eyes. I guess Big Sis isn't here, huh? The Exoskeleton Company booth isn't just the spider. They'll be showing off the latest hug model as well. Lots of Exoskeleton staff members are hard at work there. But there's no sign of Misane among them. Oi! Hey! When we reached our booth spot, Michi and Mr. Candy, the Nagafukada family combo, are waiting for us. The space assigned to us for our booth hasn't been prepped at all yet, so it's just kind of sad to look at. As far as I'm aware, Mr. Candy was set to arrive in Tokyo yesterday by plane. I thought that he would have completely withdrawn his sponsorship after Subaru's accident, but upon learning that Akiho hadn't given up, he offered his help once again. Considering how much she'd already invested, he didn't have much more money to offer. Though, if anything, we're grateful that he offered manpower over cash. Model 2 was split between 2 large trucks for transport. The driver's a Michi and a Space Candy employee. On top of that, he hired several workers to assemble Model 2 here at the venue. Thus, the Space Candy logo is still proudly stuck to Model 2's body. Akio-chan, Kaido-kun, I've been waiting for you guys. I bet you had quite the long journey. He used his big hands to clap me and Akio on the back. The day has finally come for Space Candy to make its impact in Tokyo with a massive roar. Show me that Yoriya Iki spirit. Exactly what kind of spirit is that? Listen up, everyone. The 2 trucks are at the delivery entrance. Let's get everything moved inside today. Alright, let's do this. Yoriya Iki. In order to transport Model 2, we basically had to completely take it apart, and now we have 5 days to reassemble it. And then, it's game time. This is where you guys will be staying for now. Looks fancy as fuck. Tips. The Expo Arena looked really big, but it might be a little crowded. Thinking about multiple robots that are plus 10 meters line up, I wanted to do it outdoors if possible. Can't though since a long event. Check the venue. Heading to the hotel. This time it's coordinated perfectly. The man who could learn from his last mistakes. Me, Nagufigata Mitsuhiko. At least let me know if you got to Tokyo. Make sure you support Akio-chan. Yeah, it's quite the different experience from last time you guys went to Tokyo and like sleeping overnight in a fucking McDonald's. And that night, after going out for a tasty yakiniku with Mr. Candy, Michi brought us here. It's a super high-class hotel right in front of Odaiba Station, and just a stone's throw from the Expo Arena. After checking in at the front desk, Michi puffs up his chest with pride at us. I mean, fair, there's no way this was cheap. What's with the dumb look on your faces? Worked real hard to book you a hotel this time. All that complaining during Robo 1 deeply wounded your poor old sensei. That's a pro tip. Since when were you the delicate type, Michi? I mean, yeah, this place is amazing, but isn't it kinda expensive? Are we really gonna be able to stay here for half a year? Whoa, cool your jets. Living in a hotel for half a year? You guys think you're celebrities or something? I booked this place for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in this place, huh? That'll look man, close to 500k yen, you hear me? What? But hotels on the island only cost like 5,000 yen a night. And for the record, the money came from my wallet, so be grateful. Oh please, you mean it came from Mr. Candy's wallet, right? Who knows? If we had 5,000 yen to spare, we could have booked a cheaper place for way longer. True. Staying in a place like this hoity-toity is gonna make me feel anything but relaxed. And what are we gonna do after 2 weeks? After. We got that covered too. Listen well, kiddos. It's all about networking. Please don't be couch surfing. Please don't be couch surfing. Please don't be couch surfing. There are lots of robotics clubs OGs living in Tokyo. Okay. Folks like Big Senomiya, even the folks that came after me, like Miyata and Yanagimoto. We never met anyone named Miyata or Yanagimoto. So when we're passing by, we'll just kick the doors in. Somehow worse than the couch surfing. I was a fool for having hope. So you're saying you did zero planning? So much for having us covered. Worry not, children. I'll do the negotiating for that kind of stuff. Which means he hasn't even started. I'm gonna try and see Big Sis tomorrow. I'll ask if she'll let us stay when I do. Alright, that's what I like to hear. Then I'll leave her to you. I'll work on the others. Anyway, here. He hands me the room key. I may not be back for a while, but I'll definitely be back in time for the opening day of the expo. Wait, where are you going? Adults have adult things to do. That's a tip. But my uncle and the other workers will be there, so it won't be an issue. Anyway, rest up. Ah, Michi, wait. Michi waves his hand and exits the lobby without listening to Akiho's attempt to stop him. I can't believe this. When Subaru had his accident, he was all sorry for not keeping an eye on us. He even got down on the ground. But nothing's changed at all. Yep, that sums it up pretty well. He hasn't learned his lesson at all. No wonder how serious he is about negotiating with old members. I wouldn't be surprised if he just took a nice tour around Tokyo. He really is unreliable. But at least we're not out on the street like before. Yeah, that's definitely an improvement. I've always kind of wanted to stay at a big city hotel like this. I'm grateful to meet you for that, at least. Huh? What's wrong, Kai? You look like you just ate something sour. Aki-chan, I'm sorry for spoiling your excitement and all, but I just realized something. I hold up the room key at eye level. Michi only gave us one key. What's your point? Looks like he only booked one room. What? The moment I enter the room, I'm overwhelmed by the utter extravagance. And this is supposed to be the cheapest room at this hotel. Tokyo's terrifying. What kind of gold are the sweets dipped in? Anyway, after taking a look around the room, both of our eyes are naturally drawn to the same place. Kai, there's only one bed. This trope. This is a double bed, right? It's made for 2 people. I see. Ugh, this awkward silence is brutal. Now look out the window. In the dark, it looks like the expo arena is floating. The light spilling out into the night paints the vivid picture of busy engineers hard at work inside the venue. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. What about you, Kai? Yeah, no problem on my end. We've been together since forever. There's nothing all that weird about sleeping in the same bed together, especially after all this time. My gut instinct is to call this gay, but it's literally not. I need to stop calling shit gay. I think that's my lesson here. That's a relief. Akiho glances at me bashfully, then dives onto the bed. Yeah. Ew. This bed is so nice. It's so soft. As she's saying this, she flops over onto her back with her arms and legs sprawled out. Give it a try, Kai. Might as well. I quietly lie down next to Akiho. Ooh, they're laying in bed together, guys. Yeah, it really is soft. It's so comfy that it's actually freaking me out. Right? The room is quiet. There's a highway running right next to the hotel, but thanks to the impressive soundproofing, I can't hear a thing. Which means the only thing audible is the sound of our breathing. It almost feels like we're the only ones in the entire world. There's no place on the island that's this quiet. And it's not like it's super loud there with cars, planes, and people, because it's not. Instead, it's the constant sounds of nature, the sound of the wind blowing, trees rustling, and insects chirping. Hey, Kai. Do you think everyone back on the island is mad at us? I bet they're all furious about us taking Gunbuild 2 to Tokyo on our own. Sure, but didn't you say you didn't care? That you're willing to risk it? I guess. We've come really, really far. We need to hurry and find where we're staying next. We can't rely on Michi. You're right. I wonder if we'll be able to see Big Sis tomorrow. The plan is to drop by her place. We made that decision before coming out here. We left some voicemails and texted her a few times too. But in the end, she never got back to either of us. If we do, how many years will that have been for you? 7. I see. They were so close when she was still on the island. What happened? I really want to see her already. I want to tell her about how far I've come. How you and I were helped along by so many people, and how we got here. Yeah. That'd be one hell of a heartwarming sight. Even way back in my day, seeing the two of them always put a smile on my face. However, I have more serious business with Misane. Something I doubt Akiho would appreciate very much. Even then, I don't like the thought of her ruining Akiho's smile. It didn't take long for the excitement to take its toll on Akiho. She was fast asleep. Nah, look at her big ol' smile. Man, she looks totally defenseless like that. Could you not say that? What is going on in Kai's head? Buddy, she never even considered the possibility that I could attack her while she was sleeping. Yeah, because she fucking trusts you, you nitwit. Of course, it's not like I would do that or anything. Uh-huh. God damn it. Look at me getting all nervous thanks to Michi's carefree ass. I'll never get to the top if something like this affects me. Hell, Naya-san will probably pass me. Naya-san is older than you, first of all. Lucky how it sounds. Big sis. This girl really does have a sister complex, a little bit. I impulsively stroke her cheek ever so gently. She's just too adorable. Date her then. Her cheek is warm, soft, and silky smooth. I hope you get to see Misane tomorrow. Then, Akiho suddenly grabs the hand I was using to stroke her cheek with both hands. Are you up? Minya. She's fast asleep. She starts brushing her cheek against my hand, just like a cat. Given how comfy she looks, I decide to leave her be. I want to get some sleep myself, but I'm not actually that tired yet. I guess I'll just play some KB and... Oh. Right. I can't play Kill Ballad with one hand. Yeah, not really. No, that's just great. I sigh and close my eyes. As much as I want to, it'll be nice to get some sleep without playing KB. Just this once. And hear a sound. It's the sound of rain. Was that on the forecast? I don't know what kind of rain you listen to, Kai, but... in that case, I've got to go to school by bus, so I have to leave earlier than usual and meet Akiho at the stop. Wait, my bed is crazy soft. Was it always this comfy? My alarm clock hasn't rung. What time is it? When I open my eyes, I'm greeted by an unfamiliar ceiling. No, right. This isn't Tanegashima. It's a hotel room in Tokyo. I finally remember the situation I'm in. I don't have to go to school. Thank God. I close my eyes to go back to sleep. Then open them back up almost immediately. Akiko should be sleeping next to me, but she's nowhere to be found. Maybe she's with wherever that rain's coming from. Also, despite sounds of rain, there's sunlight pouring in through the window. Oh, Akio must be taking a shower. There you go, you found the brain cell. Good job, Kai. It's 7 in the morning, according to the clock. She's sure up early. Must be excited. I close my eyes and listen to the sounds of the shower. That's weird. My brain still isn't fully awake yet. I could probably sleep for another hour. Then I'll take a shower myself. A nice hot shower.
Kai.
Kai.
Mosmos.
Hello.
Gambaru grand tackle!
Something crashes on top of my body, knocking the wind out of me. I open my eyes to find Akiho on top of me. Oh, there's Twippos. Twips. Reporting an update for the spread of the Kimijima reports. As of February 18th, 2020, 68% have spread worldwide. Total completion, 12%. England, past 80%. Egypt, past 50%. Kazakhstan. Confirmed start of spread. I'm up. Been a while since I got this much sleep. Maybe because it was a nice hotel. Hotel power is amazing. I was a bit nervous in the beginning. Woo, bringing my game face. Gotta force myself to feel more motivated. But first, shower time. I should have gone to Tokyo too. It's not a good sign to think this way. Maybe I'm a little emotional. I'm just a bunch of broken parts in the end. Fortunately, my will to build doesn't know when to stop, so I guess I'll dive into that. When our eyes meet, she gives me a satisfied smile. Good morning. Good morning. Mind getting off? You're heavy. I sluggishly force myself up after she frees me. Jeez, what's your deal? It's your fault for being so conked out. I tried doing all kinds of things, but you wouldn't wake up. Hold up. What exactly did you do? The same as usual. I poked your cheeks. Ruffled up your hair. I even tried punching your nose. Can't she just let a poor guy sleep in peace? Could you not treat me like the Zeong in your house? Zeong is the name of a big cushion in Akiho's room. I have some questions about her naming sense, but whatever. She seems to really like it. I still don't know exactly what it is. All I know is that it's a white cushion with a weird face drawn on it. Anyway, time to get up. Go take a shower so we can grab breakfast. We're gonna go see Big Sis today, so I need you looking your best. Yeah. My best, huh? Yeah, she's definitely excited. But the more hopeful you are, the more painful the disappointment is when things go sour. Take a look at my Pokécom. There's still no response from Misane. Misane's apartment is in Aoyama. After taking a bus to Shibuya, we took the wrong train and got lost. We ended up wandering all over Tokyo, nearly on the verge of tears. After going through Ikebukuro and then Ginza, we wound up back in Shibuya. That's when we gave up and called a cab. It took 2 hours to get to a place that would normally take 30 minutes. When we finally arrived at her apartment building, the entrance had an auto lock, and no matter how many times we buzzed her room, Misane never answered. We couldn't get in touch with her on our Pokécoms either. Since we didn't have much of a choice, we waited there for around 4 to 5 hours, but ended up being pointless. We returned to Odaiba and grabbed a late lunch. Twippo. Hey, you home? Can I come over? I'm gonna come. Is she there? Will I be able to see her? I miss her. Where did everyone leave Model 2? Are they in the venue? Concern. By which I mean we went to the same burger joint we hit up last year. Why are all adults so busy? It's not healthy. Akiho lets out a big sigh as she gnaws on her french fries. They're so self-centered. They don't even give a single hint of consideration for the rest of us. Even Michi ran off somewhere and hasn't come back. I wish he'd think about the situation he left us in. Aki-chan, you're starting to whine a bit. This is what happens when you get too hopeful. I prepared myself for the worst case scenario, so I'm not particularly shocked by today's outcome. Hey, Kai.
お姉ちゃんって
Do you think Vixus is even
生
alive?
きてるのかな
I mean, valid question, but not for anything that you would be aware of, Akiho. Hello?
Huh?
What? I ended up staring at her in wide-eyed amazement in response to her cryptic question.
あ、いや
Oh,
そんなわけは
that's
ない
not
んだけど
exactly what I meant.
でも電
It's
話
just,
もメールも
she
よこし
doesn't
てく
call
れ
or
ないんだ
message
よ
us, right?
見るのはテレビを
We've
通して
only,
だ
we
け
only ever see her on TV.
水か姉のお葬式
I
に
guess she did
弔
send
電
a
を
letter
よ
of
こしたりもしてた
condolences
し
for Mizakane's funeral.
存在してるのは
So she has to at least
間違いないんだろうけど
exist.
まるで実態がつかめ
But
ない
it's like she's just made of air.
ちっとも近くに
I
感
don't
じ
feel
な
her
いの
nearby at all.
だから
That's why every once in a while, when I try to call her and it doesn't
電話し
connect,
ていつもみたいに通じなかった時なんかにお姉ちゃんらしき
I
人
can't
が
help
い
but
て
think that someone like Vixus exists, but
もう存在
she's
しな
not
いんじゃない
exactly Vixus herself. Hmm.
こりゃ深刻
Well,
だ
and
ね
you finally
つ
lost
い
it.
にアキちゃんがおかしくなったか
だって
But, I mean... Misane doesn't exist, huh? I know that's not possible. I know for a fact that she's still alive. I never told Akio about how I spoke to Misane once last summer.
だって
I mean,
だとして
if that's not the case,
ここまで
then
会え
there's
ない
only
理由
one other reason why
他に
she'd
一つしか
never
なく
come
なっ
see
ちゃうじゃん
me.
お姉ちゃんに避けられ
And I
て
don't want to think that she's avoiding me on purpose.
考えたくないよ
Here come the waterworks.
ほらナゲット
Come
あげる
on,
から
have a nugget.
あのね
Excuse me?
一応なんだ
Who
と
do
思
you
ってる
think I am? Someone that would get cheered up by having a nuggie?
真剣に悩んで
I'm
る
seriously worried.
ナゲット一つ
One little nugget isn't
元
gonna
気に
change
ならない
that.
から
Fair.
じゃあいらない
You don't want it though?
いるけど
And I want it. Makiko grabs one of the nuggets from my tray and pops it into her mouth.
そうめげなくてもいいん
I'm
じゃ
so
ない
need to be so down.
チャンスはいくらでもある
We've
よ
got plenty
万
of
博は
chances.
長いから
And
ね
Expo's gonna be running for a while.
エグスケ社だって万博に
Plus,
は出てる
Expo
わけ
is
でしょ
there. Misane
そ
is
れなら
famous.
あれだけ
So
有
she'd
名
have
な
to show
ミ
up
サ
at
ネも
least
一度は
once.
顔を出すミサネが会場
If
に来れば
Misane
そ
comes
れ
to
だけ
the
で話題になる
venue, everyone will be talking about it.
俺たちはこれから毎日
And we'll be
会場
there
にい
every
るわけ
day.
だしミサネが来たと
Once we
分か
hear
ったら
she's in the
即
building,
突
we
撃
can
す
just
ればいい
rush over and pin her down that very second.
妹なのに
I'm her little
ここま
sister.
でしないと
Why do I have to work so hard just to see her?
なんか
It makes me feel like I'm all alone. She says as she sips on her cola loudly.
でも
But you're right,
カイ
Kai.
の言う通りだ
There'll be
ね
plenty of
チャンスはい
chances.
くらでもあるうんその日が来る
Alright,
まで
until that day comes, I'll keep pushing forward with everything I've got.
まずは開幕
First,
までに
we need to assemble gun build table before the expo opens. Yeah! She suddenly stands up and shouts, prompting the other customers around us to give her strange looks.
すいません
Sorry. The next day, I take some time off in the afternoon and head back to Shibuya. This is my second time in Tokyo, but my first time traveling alone here. Akio seemed suspicious, but I managed to dodge her questions. My destination? A certain hospital. At that place. Nikifune Aidi is hospitalized. Oh, right, that. Not Chaos had things. At the nurse's station, I asked for her room number, and it's on the top floor, in the far right corner of this giant building. I knock, but there's no answer. Upon knocking again, I'm still met with silence, so I slowly, and ever so slightly, creak open the door. Our eyes meet. Sitting atop the bed is a lone girl staring at me. I seal myself and fully open the door.
入っても
Can I come in? The girl, Ikifune Airi, nods her head ever so slightly. The room was nearly barren. There's one bed, a TV, and a shelf. There's nothing else. She doesn't even have any flowers at her bedside. It's undeniable. The girl on the bed is Airi. The thawing process must have been a success. Before coming to the hospital room, the doctor in charge of her explained it to me in detail. She's in good health. She'll have to stay here for a while due to her prior disease, but the cold sleep left no after effects of note. Airi's real. She's right in front of me. She has a real body. She's breathing. She really exists. As someone who spent half a year with her AI equivalent, you can imagine just how much of a shock this is for me. I can't help but want to touch her. Her hair, her skin. I don't mean that in a lewd sense. It's just a genuine desire to confirm that she's really there. That she exists. Touching her through the LCD monitor of my Pokécom, Airi was always hard to the touch. She's actually 25 years old. Oh hey, same hat! The same age as Michi, Misane, and Mizuka-san. Yeah, she looks like a kid in junior high. It's all because she was that age when she entered cold sleep. I gotta say, meeting her like this is kind of anticlimactic, in a way. She might be the first human subject to experience artificial cold sleep in all of history, after all. I figure she'd be surrounded by scientists studying and collecting data from her 24/7, with cords connected all over her body. Airi, or should I call her Airi-san? Seems on guard, especially after my sudden visit. I have to remind myself. This isn't the same Airi-san that I knew for half a year. Of course she wouldn't know me. Oh, sorry. How should I introduce myself? I happened to find you asleep in that device. I guess I'm the person who led you to waking up. What kind of a weird introduction is this? Oh, is that so? I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. No, not at all. Airi's sun expression is clouded. Maybe she didn't want to wake up. Almost 10 years have gone by, but if they haven't found a cure for her illness yet, this was completely pointless. It should make me feel, which would make me a real jerk for dragging her out of that thing. According to the doctor in charge, her mom's whereabouts are unknown. No family has come to visit her. She's all alone in this world. My son of today left forward 10 years into a completely foreign world. When I think about it that way, the inside of my chest throbs in pain. What have I done? Our conversation fizzles out quickly. Of course it does. We don't share anything in common. Naturally, she doesn't have any memories of her AI self. But even so, I just wanted to check in on you. I know this must be really hard for you, but I'm glad you seem to be doing alright. Anyway, I'll be going now. I'm sure I'm just bothering you, so I won't come back again. I do my best to force out a smile as I aim to head out the door. Yeah? Could you tell me your name? Yashio Kaido. Yashio Kaido-san. Thank you for coming. You're the first person to come visit me since I woke up. Can I come visit again? It's fine.
大丈夫ですから。
I'll be okay. She doesn't want me to worry about her, huh? I should probably make a point to swing by every now and then.
最後に一つだけ。
One last thing.
今日の天気。
Do you know the
わかる？
weather out today? Adi-san tilts her head. She looks outside the window. In the back of my direction.
外は 晴れてるみ
It
たい
looks
です
like
けど。
it's sunny outside. I
So-
see. Thanks.
どうも。
I can kind of guess what Kaido's intentions were, but god, that backfires. She just like looks out the window. Sunny. Like, weren't you outside? Unable to endure it any longer. I leave the hospital room as though I'm running away from something. Oh boy, tweeps. Starting assembly today. A little worried all by myself. Makes me think they might not come back. They're already missing the island. Homesick, huh? If you have time to think, then work, okay? I'm already on Daiba, don't worry. Go with that one. Let's do this. I'm back into the Daiba, but I don't feel like heading over to Akiko yet. On the way to the arena, I gazed out at the flow of cars from a bridge above the highway.
ゲージネいる？
Sister Centipede, you there?
ゲージネ？
Sister Centipede? Weird. She always responds when I call her. I beat up Yutaro, not my Pokecon. As far as I can tell, there's no sign of her anywhere. Just a link to my Pokecon. Which means she should be able to appear here, not just until Nikushima. If nothing else, I knew she was with me at least 2 days before I left.
おーい、ゲージ
Hello,
ネ。
Sister Centipede. I call out to her again, but she still doesn't respond. This has never happened before. Did they do more meetups? Did she get erased? With the Kimijima reports public, it's possible that the Committee of 300 may have forced happiness for you to erase her. There was a time where having Ivy and Sister Centipede around all the time was kind of annoying, but... well, now that they're not here anymore, it's kind of lonely. I guess I'll head back. I'm sure Akiho is putting all her heart and soul into assembling Model 2 right about now. I should help out at least a little bit this time. I took away my Pokecom and head for the Expo Arena. That reminds me, I wonder if they sell Skull in Tokyo. I'll swing by a convenience store on the way. For several days afterward, I set aside Misane, Aidi, and Sister Centipede, and chose to focus instead on constructing Model 2. I'm not used to assembly work, so it took everything I had to finish up everything Akiho ordered me to do. I'm pretty incompetent at basically everything aside from fighting games. Mr. Candy stood by and watched as I worked, occasionally scolding me and yelling things like, "Not enough impact!" And that brings us to the present, the day before the expo opens. Reporting an update for the spread of the Kimijima reports. As of February 21st, 2020, 70% have spread worldwide. Total completion, 12%. Netherlands, past 80%. Ivory Coast, plus 60%. Completion rankings. First, Japan. Second, America. Third, France. Oops. I just saw something disturbing. I want to accept the criticism, but I still want to fight with Gun Pharaoh, because it's my favorite mecha anime, because this is the robot my big sister chose. I have to go on a business trip. I know it'll be lonely by yourself, but it'll only be for a short while, my lovely wife. I love you. Going to go now. Finally, Tokyo Expo 2020 is about to start tomorrow, and packed full giant robots will welcome you. It's finally tomorrow! I'm excited, heading to Odaiba first thing in the morning. Odaiba's gonna be full of people. Just please remember the venues at Shinagawa and Toyoso too. If you want to enjoy stages from other countries, go to Shinagawa and Toyosu. For the giant robots, go to Odaiba. There's no reason not to go to Odaiba. This month, the amount of people are going to be crazy. Need a schedule around Golden Week. Ugh, I want to go. I envy the people living in the Kanto area. It's not for those out in the country. They were showing the footage from the day before opening, and the impact from seeing all those giant robots is crazy. Can they do a Robo 1 tournament using those giant robots? Lol. I want to try to operate one. Do they have that? Hey, don't be all jolly. I told you, Tokyo has not yet recovered from last year's solar storm. To be honest, we shouldn't be running an expo. Hurry and cancel it. When the Aqualiner opens up, you'll be able to go to Odaiba and from Haneda and to Narita non-stop. As a Komima regular, that is super helpful. Hey, I was just looking on the pamphlet and noticed this. Bahura Tanegashima Robotics Club. The description states a giant robot created modeling Gun Pharaoh. I believe they're bringing that propaganda anime to the expo. I don't think they're reading the atmosphere bringing Gun Pharaoh right now. I mean, I guess it can't be helped since they started building years ago. Gun Pharaoh has rumors that the staff mysteriously died and the director is still missing, right? It might get banned overseas. So rude to bring a robot bubbled off a mecha anime full of scandals. People died. I'm gonna report them now. If they're still attending, I'll go there myself to destroy it. Oof. That feel that there will be no trouble. The feel that there will be trouble. I can read. And the data's about to switch over. Alright, we're gonna stand it up now. Everyone, thanks for all your help. Akio bows her head to me, and the other workers have gathered around. And what's the hardest thing about assembling Model 2? The fact that it can't be assembled standing up. The TNSC had a ceiling crane, but unfortunately, this venue had nothing that convenient. Which obviously means that since it's assembled lying down, we had to figure out a way to stand it up. With the booths around us basically finished, we couldn't bring a crane in. While we were on the island, we had Frau add a move that would allow it to crouch from a sleeping position. Frau was against us forcing our way into the expo, but she still agreed to help us out. Since Juno was unavailable, the function was designed entirely by Frau. As a last resort, we moved the parabolic attendant to the waist, allowing Model 2 to be powered even while lying down. Ta-da! Kai, take a look! Akio triumphantly pulls something out. It's a tube about 1 meter in length. It's also equipped with a trigger. Akio puts it on her shoulder and poses. The thick cord extending from the end of the tube is connected to a large power generator next to it. This arrived yesterday. It's a compact laser transmission gun made by someone my dad knows. Apparently it's super expensive, but we got to borrow it for free. It's less like a gun and more like a rocket launcher, if anything. But it's better than that bulky, fairly dangerous emplacement that Doc made, right? Even I can carry this around. Plus, we can supply power on the move. Akiho has everyone stand back before she starts transmitting power to the parabolic antenna. Laser cannon, spark! I guess I didn't have to read that, but alas. Glaring laser light silently surges from the end of the tube. Silently surges. Could I read that right? I don't know. Kai, power on gun build 2. As instructed, I turn the robot's power to on for my Pokécom. Simultaneously, Model 2's motors enter their neutral positions and lock into place. Alright, stand him up. Model 2's control priority is currently with my Pokécom. Rise up and crouch is controlled by a single set of inputs. Inputting that command will make it perform the moves in succession. Here goes nothing. I quickly input the command. Model 2 then raises both its knees and uses its arms to nimbly transition to a crouching position. Well, that went perfectly. I was wondering how that was gonna work. Nice that they showed us. Mr. Candy and the rest of the workers applaud for us. Yes, yes, that's good. Quite the impact. Everyone behold, my space candy logo shines brilliantly on the robot's chest. I'll finally be able to get into general distribution in Tokyo. Fun fact, there's no Space Candy logo if you look at AR Gun Barrel and via Iro. Now that Model 2 is safely crouching, Akiho moves the parabolic antenna, bringing today's work to an end. All that's left is to wait until the main event. This also means all the workers are done as well. You'll politely thank them all, and they pack up and leave. Mr. Candy apparently has a business meeting to attend, so he leaves as well. Akiho and I are the only ones left. We both look up at Model 2. What a sight. Model 2 is on standby in its crouching position. But man, it's neither cute nor does it look cool. But even though it only really helped out at the end, despite how lame it looks, I feel attached to the ugly bastard. If only Subaru could have seen this. Akiho mutters softly. Not just Subaru, Jun, Frau Bell, Doc, Nai-san, Dad, and everyone else who helped to make Gunbuild 2 a reality. And I wanted them all to see this. After the doors open tomorrow, all we gotta do is focus on performing and pulling an audience. If it's well received, I'm sure we'll get interviews and stuff. News will travel over to the island and everything. Now get me real fired up. Let's do it. With enough attention, Misane might notice too. Yeah, you're right. Akiho then stretches her arms out. It's like she's trying to blow away all the uncertainty in her heart. We should have prepared special jackets for all our staff or something. Maybe we can ask Mr. Candy to have some made? Me, no. They end up being staff jackets for Space Candy. Were you the one saying we shouldn't wear our school uniforms?
ジオは
that's because we're not the
うちらは
CT
中種ロボ
Robotics
部じゃ
Club
なくて
anymore.
元ロボ部なんだし。
CT. Oh, right. That's her abbreviation for Chiyo Tanagashima High.
教頭先生に反
And
対
the
されち
VP
ゃっ
was
てるんだ
against
し、
us coming here,
さすがに
so there's no way we
学校
can
の
use the
名前
school's
背負って
name.
は出られないよ。
へえ。
I'm
アキちゃんは
surprised you
そこ
put
ま
so
で
much
考えて
thought
たの
into it.
ちょっと驚きかも。
これ以上は
I don't
誰
want か
to
に
cause
迷惑
trouble
か
かけたくないから。
any. We don't want to. I don't want to cause anyone any more trouble. Hello, cat. Makiho smiles softly.
ねえ
Sadly.
カイ、
Hey, Kai.
一緒に来てくれて
Thanks for coming along
ありがとう。
with me.
これからも
I'm counting on you.
少なくとも
Well,
万
at
博
the
が終
very
わる半
least,
年後
I'll
ま
be
で
here
は
for
付
the
き合う
next
よ。
6 months.
俺はアキち
And
ゃん
we'll
と
see you in
勝
our
負の
match
負けた身
after
だ
all.
からね。
うちらは最
We're
高
the
のパ
best
ートナ
partners
ーっ
ever.
てことで。例えるなら
Like
ノ
Noah
ア
and
とアスマ、
Asuma.
うちが
I'm
アスマ
Asuma
で
and you're
カイが
Noah.
ノア。
Although the
性
sexes are
別逆だ
reversed.
けどね。
Noah, Asuma.
で、カイ
Oh,
に言っても
right.
わか
You
んない
wouldn't
か
get that reference.
悪いね。これが
Sorry,
俺なんで。
that's just who I am.
うん、いいよ
Yeah,。I know. Nakiho laughs, but takes her usual stance.
疾風怒涛だ。
Storm and Surge, Blast of Spirit, Gun Barrel. I don't think Anki-chan will ever get tired of yelling that line. Oh, absolutely not.
ほら、叫んでないで。
Alright, instead of shouting, let's get back to the hotel and prepare for tomorrow.
あ、待ってよ。
Ah, wait up! Nakiho hurriedly chases after me as I start walking off. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited. It's finally happening. Tomorrow, Tokyo Expo 2020 begins.
Kai. Kai.
I hear a voice. A voice calling to me. I can just barely see something in the darkness. Leggies. Legs. Legs wearing a white hug. For some reason, everything from the waist up is shrouded in darkness. The silhouette is hard to make out. I know it's Misaka-san, but I can't see her face.
どうして
Why
あの
didn't you
時
save
助
me
けてくれ
back
なかっ
then?
た目の前で見てた
You
の
just stood there and watched.
冷たいじゃな
How
いか
could you be so cruel?
どうして
Why did you
見捨て
abandon
たの
me?
さ
I tried to save you, but I couldn't. There's nothing I could do by myself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I couldn't save you. Deep within my heart, I cry. I cry and apologize over and over again. And then, the figure wearing the hug vanishes. She suddenly disappears from my sight. Just like how it happened before. I could still clearly remember Mizuka-san's body lying completely still at the bottom of the cliff. When the accident happened, when I saw Mizuka-san's final moments, I realized something. All the news I saw in Tokyo and on the internet about solar storms hitting Tokyo and other countries, along with the rampaging hugs, I thought it was all just someone else's problem. I was convinced that it would never affect me. But I was wrong. I realized how naive I was. Tanegashima is connected to Tokyo and the rest of the world. It's not someone else's problem. It's not the plot from inside some video game. It's all reality.
言ったはずよ。
I thought I told you. In place of Mizuka-san's hug, I hear another voice from the depths of the darkness. That if you dug any further, you'd regret it. Stop. So, was I right? Please, just stop. This happened because you didn't listen to me. Kai. When I open my eyes, I'm back in the hotel room. Huff huff. My heavy breathing comes out, rough and painful. Yeah, you got that PTSD, Kai. My whole body is soaked in sweat. My heart is pounding, and I'm worried that I'll have an attack. Kai, are you okay? Nakiho was sleeping next to me in the dark room. She gives me a worried look. I hope she wasn't sleeping in that. It was all just a dream. I took a deep breath. And I had a really bad dream. Well, that's putting it lightly. But maybe that's how I truly feel somewhere deep down. It's the PTSD, buddy. As much as it pains me to admit it, I'm growing suspicious of her. Just the thought alone makes my heart ache like it's being ripped apart. I feel nauseous. Both my body and mind are trying to deny this truth as vehement as possible. Yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. Ever since he started staying here, you've been having nightmares. Man, just imagine just being in the fanciest hotel you ever could be in, and you just get nightmares every night. That sucks. That's rough, buddy. All that cozy bed, and for what? Nightmares.
Maji?
Seriously? I had no idea. PTSD go burr. It's the trauma. Akio grabs my arm tightly. She presses her forehead against my neck. I can feel her breathing and warmth against my skin. I would hope so. Kai, you always act so distant. Like you don't really care about anything. You barely ever show what you're really thinking. Call out post. When you're hurting, you need to say so. Do you know how much you've helped me by listening to my complaints and other problems? But what about you? When do you ever get to vent? When he plays Among Us, duh. This isn't something you need to worry about. I want you to vent to me for once. If you're hurting, I want to help. I don't know if I'll be of much use, but even so, I... Alright. Well, I don't think I'm getting back to sleep tonight, and then keeping me company for a bit. Of course. I've got you covered. Nakiho jumps up from bed and grabs her Pokécom. She begins fiddling with it. I have the perfect all-nighter solution. Plus, I'll get you all hyped up too. 2 birds with 1 stone. There's only one thing that could get Akiho so excited. Don't tell me. You know what's coming. Nakiho turns her Pokécom screen to me. The Gunveil anime starts playing. An all-night marathon.
飽きちゃうんだ
Why
し
am I not surprised?
実
To
は
tell you the truth,
さっき
I've
から
been
興
too
奮しすぎ
excited
て
to sleep.
ちっとも眠れなかったんだ。だから一緒に見
So,
よ
let's watch it together.
はいはい
Yeah,
分かっ
fine,
たからあ
okay.
んまり大声
Just
出
don't
さ
make
ない
too
よう
much
に
noise.
深夜
It's late at
響く
night,
でしょ
so everyone will hear you.
う。本当はね、お
Man,
菓子とかある
if
と
only you
びっ
had
く
some
りするんだ
snacks
け
at
ど
the ready.
深夜に食べたりした
Nah,
ら太っちゃう
but
から
I'll get all fat if I eat this late. Self-control, go. Makiho happily sits up in bed right next to me. We sit shoulder to shoulder, our legs sprawled out. It doesn't really make sense for the two of us to try to watch on a single tiny Pokécom screen.
ちなみに全話見るのはさすが
Since
に
we can't
一
watch
日じ
it
ゃ
all
無
in
理だ
one
から
day, let's just watch season 2.
最高傑作
Everyone
と
considers it a
言われてる
masterpiece,
第二シーズン
even over the
見る
other
かもしれないね。
seasons.
それでも朝までに
But I'm
最
still
後ま
not
で
sure
見
we'll
られる
make
か
it
ど
all
う
the
か
way through in
微
one
妙だけ
night.
ど。カイ、第
Kai,
一シー
do
ズ
you
ンの
remember what
話は
happened in
覚えてる
season 1?
いや全然
Nope, not at all. It's just like me for real, for real.
何度も見せたのに。
Jeez, you're hopeless.
じゃあ
How many
簡単
times have I
にうちのあ
shown
ら
it
すじ
to
を
you?
説明してあげよう。
Okay, let me give you the summary. Makuho's lively voice slowly dissipates the dark, murky feeling that had built up in my chest. I'm starting to calm down again. I guess everyone's gotta let off some stress every once in a while. The tension begins to leave my body. No. I breathe a sigh of relief and lean up against Akiho's shoulder.
カイ、
Hi.
俺汗臭い
Do I smell like sweat?
平気。
You're fine.
じゃあ
Then
そのまま
go ahead and
解説
continue your
続けてよ
explanation. Okay. As I listen to Akiho's voice, I close my eyes. If we stay up all night, will we be okay tomorrow? We have to be really careful, considering the seizures we get. Well, I'm sure things will work out. But right now, I want to listen to Akiho's voice for just a little bit longer. Oh, shoot, me. Hello, we are coming to you live from the Expo Arena in Odaiba, Tokyo. Take a look at this long line. There's so many people. You may want to ask, what exactly is happening here today? That's right, Tokyo Expo 2020 Dream Creation Expo begins today. In November of last year, the Kanto region was hit by a solar storm and suffered enormous damage. The expo was on the verge of cancellation, but all involved overcame their struggles and are all here to greet us at the grand opening. The expo will be held in a total of 3 locations around the city: the Shinagawa, Toyosu, and Odaiba venues. But it's the Odaiba venue that's attracted the most attention. The Aqua Liner has opened for service between Haneda, Odaiba, Tokyo, and Narita. The first run is already full. Now, what's the highlight of the expo location Odaiba, you ask? That would be the Happa, massive robots. There's a reason why the Tokyo Expo is also commonly known as the Robot Expo. Right now, this arena is filled with gigantic bipedal robots that are being developed competitively worldwide. It's like a dream come true. A festival of giant robots. You'll feel like you've stepped right into the world of anime. Ah, there's the fanfare. Just now, the fanfare to signal the expo opening has started to sound out through the venue. And look there, accompanied by a round of applause, the entry gate has opened. Guests are crowding in. Tokyo Expo 2020 has officially begun. Just like on the news, guests begin to flood into the arena. Our booth is on the edge of the building, so most of the crowd has yet to get to our end. I see parents and children, couples, and other groups of people pass along the aisle in front of me. Everyone's eyes are sparkling with childlike wonder. They're all looking upward, their mouths hanging open in amazement. Other robots have already started their performances. The various exhibits each have a pretty large chunk of space. Each booth is about 30 square meters. Exhibitors are free to perform however they like. That said, the usage of fire and other dangerous materials are prohibited. From our booth, I could see many other robots walking, moving their limbs, transforming and dancing. They serve to remind me of the gap between us. The stuff the pros paid for and made are on a whole nother level. The guests who came to visit are enjoying themselves while watching said performances. But sadly, we don't have a single guest hanging out around our booth. A handful of people walking by us do, however, stop to remark on a robot. What's that? It's so ugly. Maybe it's for industrial use? It's not moving at all. Is it already malfunctioning on day 1? Maybe it's not designed to move. I can already hear people talking trash. Oh, there's Twips. Wrong button. Reporting an update for the spread of the Kimijima reports. As of February 22nd, 2020, 71% has spread worldwide. Total completion, 13%. Singapore, past 90%. Russia, past 10%. India, increased by 420% in the past 24 hours confirmed. I pulled an all-nighter marathoning gun barrel. A little sleepy, but I got this. I wonder if Big Sister is watching. Finally, today is the opening day for Tokyo Expo, Tanegashima Robotics Club, exhibiting at booth R29. Please stop by. Kaira-kun, Akiha-chan, good luck! Oh, the expo starts today? I shouldn't be doing the laundry. Hello from Space Candy. It's time to show off the giant robot made in Tanegashima, Gun Build 2, featuring Space Candy. Space Candy fans of Tokyo, go to Odaiba if you want to see the shining Space Candy logo. Tokyo Expo opened. All 3 venues have extreme lines. You don't need robots. Who's gonna stop them when they go out of control? My son is pumped from the morning glow. This is my first time seeing my son with those shining eyes. Odaiba has too much people lol. The popular Konda and Toyota booths are like fully packed trains. Can't even move. Shinagawa and Toyosu look like they have fun stages, but Odaiba is the first stop. You shouldn't go today, even though Aqualiner is packed. Last time there was a guy saying the robot boom would die from the hug accident. Is he alive? The giant robots is amazing to see. Super amazing if they move too. Feels like Gunbound came to real life. End of report. Finally, reality caught up to anime. Hamster 2000, that's a beautiful user handle. Odaiba is full of people, but you can rest in the corners of the venue. Check it out. There were some robots in maintenance, and they kinda got me sad. I wanna go after seeing the post and the people there, but tickets are expensive. Oh boy, Takumi, what do you have to say? Cute girls, so... way over giant robots. That's just common sense. And life says made robot, hurry up and make them. Don't blame me for what happens otherwise. And of course, the boobs have to be the softest possible, so account for that. No problem, everything's fine. God damn it, Takumi. But a giant robot made would be acceptable too. There was an older Rogue like that. The one was real, dude. If it's 10 meters high and replicated the female body closely, it'd depend on the price, but I would buy at least 3 of them. Life-size maid robot, special service okay, is a man's dream. Duh. Wife? Daughter? Sure, I've got both. What does that matter? The reason science and technology have gotten this far is because of the military and the power of arrow. If you have time to make giant robot, make a cattier-made robot first. It would be best 140 centimeters high. At any rate, short, big-bittied, tig-bittied, cat-eared maids were my idols during the prime of my youth. Too easy. That's why I'm repping the orienty industry. Hashida and Nishijo act like the biggest dumbasses whenever they're yapping about something. Why do men possess this extreme hope for life-size female robots? Besides, Hashida's got a wife and kid. Oh dear, I exposed the real names to the masses. What a truly reprehensible occurrence. I did think about that. There's a wall between 2D and 3D that can never be ascended. 3D has no room for delusions, and while 2D is ideal, you still can't touch them. You need to wake up. It's a mistake to expect 3D to be the same as 2D. So, this expo. What I'm personally interested in is the brainwave control system by Psychotech Machine Company. It's work in progress, but it can connect to the will of the pilot to a robot far better than the Master-Slave OS does. However, if you use the software for too long, you run the risk of losing the ability to distinguish between your body and the robots, which causes extreme dissonance in the brain. This can seriously affect the subject's mental state. Further research is required. Okay. I hope that's not gonna come back and be relevant later. It's true that our booth, robot included, is pretty simple, and maybe even a bit shabby. Me when I table at cons. It's not elaborately designed like the bigger, more expensive exhibits. We have one long table by the aisle. On top are Gunveil production journal booklets detailing the club's history. It also contains behind-the-scenes shots from Gunveil's creation. It's fairly simple, reflecting that we're rookies. We can't use our club's real name, so we enter the expo as the Tanegashima Robotics Club. This means we can't even brag about our link to Misane or our wins at Robo 1. A robot is the only thing we can use to compete. And yeah. Model 2 remains crouched inside of the booth. That's so weird. He moved just fine yesterday. Can you do something about this? Uncle, take a chill pill. Young lady, I can offer up to 100,000 yen to fix it. I wish you would give me the 100,000 yen. That would be cool. Please. Just cause I'm cute. I guess I've been flooding into the building, but Model 2 remains offline. At this point, we've come up with multiple reasons as to why that might be the case. One possibility is that the compact laser transmission gun is malfunctioning. After all, it's something we borrowed. Not even Akio knows how the gun works. When she tried shooting the laser on Model 2's antenna, she said it felt like the laser's output was weaker than before. Akio has been holding the gun at eye level, inspecting it. Sadly, that's not enough to figure out what's wrong. I mean, if it feels weaker, my guess would be the battery. Wanna try taking him apart? Don't do that. You know how this goes. You'll end up not being able to put it back together again and completely break it in the process. Why are things going wrong right from the start? Ah! Maki-chan, cool your jets. Have you tried contacting the person who made it? I did, and they're gonna call me back. I'm gonna just tell them what the deal is and figure out a plan. Anyway, we can't do anything about the gun right now. So, let's check for other reasons why Model 2 isn't working.
他の原因
Other reasons.
今の俺たちにで
Come
き
on,
ることをや
Aki-chan.
ろ
Let's just do what we can right now.
ロボに詳しいのは
You're the only one
し
here who
っ
knows
かり
this
して
thing
る
from top to bottom. Keep it together.
でも
Yeah,
かって
but...
言われても
Akihiko stares at the crouched Model 2. Then. But she has what appears to be an epiphany. And I struggle to read. The parabolic antenna.
それが怪しいの
What about it?
昨日しゃがま
And
せ
that's
た
the only
後に
thing we
見せた
messed
の
with after we made him crouch yesterday. Yesterday, we moved the antenna to its face so that we could get Model 2 to crouch down from a sleeping position. After putting the robot into standby, it was returned to its original position on its back.
もしかしたら配線ミスが
I
あ
might
るか
have
も
made a wiring mistake.
ちょっと見てみる
I'll go take a look. Akihiko immediately begins to climb atop the robot.
何やってんの
What are you doing? Use the step ladder.
とりあえず見るだけ
I'm
だ
just
から
taking a look.
これで
He'll be
平気
fine. And that's where things tend to go wrong. Akihiko. Are you sure about that? I know the robot is crouching right now, but the antenna is still about 3 meters up from the ground. She could slip and fall at any moment. It's dangerous, and it's making me nervous. I can hear condescending laughter all around me. Guests passing through the aisle are looking at Akihiko, clinging to the robot's leg and snickering. Well, I figured this would happen. Anybody would look at this situation and chuckle. Akihiko reaches the parabolic antenna and starts checking the wiring. And the three of us can only watch from below. What's wrong?
え
Akihiko gives us an awkward smile, still clinging to Model 2.
間違えたっぽい
It looks messed up.
間違えた
How so?
配線
The wiring.
つなぎ方
It looks like it's
間違ってた
connected
みたい
wrong.
その配線って
Were you the last one to touch it
昨日最後に
yesterday?
あったところでしょ
そう
Yep. It was all just a careless mistake. Amazing. How long will it take to fix?
30
About 30 minutes?
これから急いで直す
I'll hurry and get it done right now.
悪いけど
I'm sorry,
三人
but can you
と
three
も手伝って
help? Mr. Candy's hired hands aren't here anymore. They were only brought in to help assemble the robot. Which means during the expo, Akihiko's in charge of all maintenance. She has nobody she can turn to for help. I'm basically useless. Kai, go borrow a stepladder. A big one. She didn't even prepare one beforehand. Come on, Akihiko. I head over to the expo staff area and ask to borrow a big stepladder. As I walk through the arena, stepladder in hand, guests grumble at me. I apologize and try to hurry back to our booth. But sadly, the venue is already filled with people. The wide aisles are totally packed. This is the first time I've seen so many people concentrated in one place. It's impossible to walk in a straight line while holding this thing. I'm constantly being touched on my back and shoulders by random people passing by. As someone who grew up on a small island, this is some fierce culture shock. The only time things ever get even this close to crowded on Tanegashima is during a festival. I hear the morning rush hour in Tokyo is ridiculous, but I've yet to experience that in my time here thus far. There were lots of people at Robo 1 last year, but I was a competitor, so I didn't have to fight through a crowd. Quite frankly, I just want to scream. I'm totally overwhelmed by the sea of human flesh. Meanwhile, nobody else seems remotely bothered by any of this. Tokyo's scary as hell. I thought as much last year, and that feeling has gone unchanged. Up until yesterday, it only took 3 minutes to get from the staff area to our booth at a relaxed pace. But now, I've been walking for 10 minutes, and I'm not even halfway there. I can't even go in the direction I want to go. The sea of people moves in waves and currents. There's no pushing back against it. Plus, I'm carrying the step ladder to boot. I can't navigate through all of this. Which of course leads to me being pushed and dragged in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, I end up at a booth with a huge crowd in front of it. An exoskeleton company exhibit is absolutely packed. The hug incidents and lawsuits have caused their reputation to drop hard, but they still command lots of attention. Unlike a bipedal robot, Sumeragi is not piloted. Right now, the big spider-like hug at the booth called Sumeragi is wiggling its 6 legs around. It's actually kind of charming. Instead of being piloted, this 6-legged octopus-like machine is worn. When I first saw it, I thought it'd be more creepy in action, but I was totally wrong. But how can a person with only 2 arms and legs move a Sumeragi with its 6? How bizarre! The secret is in the newly developed FOS, Finger Operating System, from our company. A companion girl holding a mic is explaining the control system near Sumeragi. Its 6 legs on Sumeragi are all operated by the wearer's fingers. Interesting. This allows for intuitive control despite the machine having 6 legs and... Misune is nowhere to be found today. Since coming to Tokyo, Nakiho and I have tried contacting her every day, but she hasn't responded once. I thought she'd at least show up for opening day, but... As I stare vacantly at the spider robot, the people around me begin to get irritated. You're in the way. Crap, they're totally right. Wait, I gotta hurry back to the booth. Looks like I'm gonna have to force my way through. I push my way through the crowds of people, apologizing along the way. Nearly 40 minutes have passed since rewiring on the parabolic antenna began. Repairs aren't going well. Akeho is the only person who can fix it, which is not as skilled as Subudi or Doc. You call yourselves men. You're just sitting here watching Akeho-chan work. And you are... Mr. Candy frowns and sighs. Right back at you, Uncle. Grr. The President and Michi do nothing but stand there and stare blankly, watching Akeho work from below. No, Senomiya, we can see your panties. No, you can't. I'm wearing a culotte skirt for that exact reason. Listen up, little Senomiya. This is a pro tip. Culotte skirts have wide cuffs, and at the right angle, you can see inside. If you're looking that hard, though, you're the problem. You're such a pervert, you dumb jerk! Oh, come on, Michi. If you're just gonna bother her, you might as well make yourself useful and hand out booklets to the people walking around. What am I doing? Moving the honorary prez around in an attempt to draw people to our booth. But at the end of the day, it's just a hobby robot. Guess we're here to see giant robots. There are less and less people passing by, too. We've literally been the object of ridicule for the entire time. It feels like it's been ages since we started. Yeah, this is what we're gonna deal with on the first day. The next half year is gonna be a real struggle. Look, I wanna go home. Or at least play some Kill Ballad. Hey! From out of nowhere, a young guy I've never seen before runs up and kicks the honorary prez like a soccer ball. Wow, okay. Hey! What the hell's your... But before I can finish yelling at him, the guy has moved on to his next course of action. He holds up a plastic bottle of mineral water and flings it at Model 2. The robot is over 5 meters away from me and the guest. The plastic bottle flies in a wide arc toward Akiho working on top of the step ladder. Look out! Huh? The plastic bottle hits Akiho, causing her to lose balance on the step ladder. That's fucking dangerous as shit, dude. She swings her hands around, trying to grab at the air, but ultimately ends up falling. I rush over in a panic. Are you alright? Yeah, somehow. That's a sound. Oh. Upon closer inspection, Michi is pinned beneath Akiho. Well, I'm glad he did something for once. I guess he tried to catch her. Hell yeah, Michi! You're the best! Oi, you're heavy. Hurry up and get off of me. Oh, come on. Akiho can't weigh that much. She's just a baby. Okay, maybe not, but like, come on. There's no way in hell she weighs very much. It's just only 50 kilograms. Come on. Sorry. Akiho hurriedly stands up. She doesn't seem to have any major injuries. Did you hit your head or anything? No, I'm fine. Thanks for protecting me, Michi. Don't forget, I am a PE teacher. That's a tip. Just a regular tip. And that's not really a tip. Hey! Who threw that plastic bottle just now? Mr. Candy's outraged voice echoes loudly throughout the area. The culprit flinches a little before angrily shouting back. It's your fault for building a robot modeled after Gunbarrel. I guess, name. Man who threw a plastic bottle. It's messed up. A bunch of the people who made that anime died. And the daughter of the director helped make this robot, so go suck a dick. Don't bring a robot from that awful show to the expo. Piss off and die. I mean, you almost actually killed someone, so like... The culprit says his piece, then rushes off. It's impossible to chase him after he slips into the crowd. That's kind of sad. I didn't think people hated Gun Barrel this much. It was only half a year ago that it was hailed as a masterpiece.
ロボットに
The robot isn't at fault.
アキちゃん
Maki-chan.
あ
Oh,
心配
sorry
か
for
けて
making you
ごめん
worry.
ね
I'm almost done with the
配線
wiring.
あと少しでつなぎ終わるからすぐ済ませちゃ
I'll
うね
finish it right away.
本当に大丈夫
No, you're really okay.
平気だって
I swear I am.
ミッチー
Michi
のおかげで
saved my butt. He saved your whole body, but...
早く
So,
この
let's
子
get
を
this
動か
guy
してあげ
moving.
ようどれだけ嫌われたって
It doesn't matter how much people hate Gun Barrel.
頑張って
We
作っ
worked
てき
hard
た
to
子な
make
んだもん
him.
誰になんて言わ
No
れよう
matter
と
what people say,
うちら
we
は
gotta
胸を
hold
張
our
って
heads
この子を
high and move
動
him
か
with
してあげな
pride.
くちゃあの人も
That
こう言ってた
person once said,
誤解の生んだ
it
想
seems
念
some
が
energy
放
has
出さ
been
れたと
released from a
思いたいが
misguided mind.
気にするなって
I don't really get what she's trying to say. Nageho energetically climbs back up the ladder, breathing heavily out her nose.
あとカイ
Oh, go grab
種子
Tanagashi.
の回収
Da
しと
da
いて
da. Go grab Tanagashi Machine 3, Kai. Oh, yeah, I should do that. The poor honorary prez rolled to the edge of the booth after getting punted. One of its arms came off too. Jeez, how much of a dick do you have to be to do something like that? I'll have Akio fix it later. I pick up the honorary prez and nearly put him away in his special case. And just as I finish, Ageho waves at me from the step ladder. It's done! She's totally defenseless and barely balanced. Don't blame me if you get another bottle thrown at you. This girl's hopeless.
アキちゃんいいから
Nagi-chan,
さっさ
just
と降り
get
て
down. Ageho climbs down and shoots me a small nod.
すぐに起動準備
Let's get ready to
始めよ
boot him up. I nodded in response and opened up the kill ballot system app. I have control. Ageho shows the compact transmission gun into Michi's hands and goes to start the power generator. Alright, we're gonna blast away any remaining adversity. Let's show them some real impact. Rise, Space Candy Robot! Space Tsuame Robo.
違います社長
No, no,
頑張
it's Gun
り
Barrel
試作
Model
2号機
2.
です
Don't sweat the details.
ミッチ送電開
Michi,
始
start transmitting power.
なんで先生が
Why me? Despite his complaining, Michi aims the transmission gun at the parabolic antenna and pulls the trigger. The laser fires from the end of the gun.
カイ
Kai, boot up gun build 2.
おいっと
Got it. I switch the power on. All the joints in Model 2 begin to creak alive. A video feed of the inside of the venue appears on my Pokécom screen. I can see the other robots too. It's moving!
出力は
The output is... Makio checks the telemetry on her own Pokécom. Okay for the software.
出力正常
Output is normal. Phew, that's a relief. After completing her task, Akihiko rubs her eyes with the back of her hand. Then, after taking a big breath, she slaps both hands against her cheeks.
うちは今
I'm getting super ultra fired up right now.
頑張れるのかっこよ
The
さ
time has come for us to show how cool and strong Gunbarrel really is.
強さっていうの
I'm
は
not sure
やめといた
strong is a
方がいい
word
と思う
I'd use to describe it.
えそう
Ma, for
Yeah,
real?
それは
Oh well,
なしとして。
that doesn't really matter too much.
とにかく今すぐ
Anyway,
戦う
let's hurry and get him standing.
それについては了
Roger,
解
roger.
じゃあみんな
Alright, everyone, stand back! Let's go. We distance ourselves from Model 2 and scatter to the edges of the booth. After putting some distance between me and the robot, I input the crouch command. If it's standing, this command gets to crouch. If it's already crouching, it stands up. Alright, do as you're told, buddy. Model 2 keeps its balance, extends its knees, and slowly stands upright. The view on my Pokécom expands. The arena is totally packed with people. I can also clearly see over 10 other robots mid-performance. Performance? Performance. Whoa, that's what I call impact. Nice impact. Kaito-kun, the chest. Emphasize the chest. Specifically, my logo.
そんなモーションは
There's no
ないで
motion
す
for that. I wish he would announce the impossible of me.
ミッチ電源供
Michi,
給し続け
keep
て
giving
ね
him power. Nakio then picks up a mic, jumps up onto the platform, and starts talking to the guests walking by in the aisle.
おじゃりまーせ種子島ロボ部これより始動します
Ajirimase, the Tanagashima Robotics Club will now begin its performance. Didn't they say she was wearing a skirt? That's clearly a pair of shorts. I'm very confused, but whatever.
確かに
Yes, it's true that it's kind of bad timing to use Gunbarrel as the model for a large robot.
でも
But we still love Gunbarrel, even now.
頑張れるっていう作品のことが大好きですうちらと同じ
If you feel the same way we do, please watch her performance.
それと
Also, if you take a look at our robot through Iro, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Nakiho then clears her throat and pauses for a moment. So first let me explain what the Gunbarrel project actually is. It's the name that the founding members of our robotics club originally gave this project roughly 9 years ago. It was originally called the Let's Build a Life-Size Gundam project. But it was soon decided that the robot will be designed after Gunbarrel, since it was airing at the time. It became the Let's Build a Life-Size Gunbarrel project instead. Standing before you is the life-size Gunbarrel Model 2. It was a long and hard journey to completion. We started as this humble student association, with only a...
設立時の部員はたったの一人で
Aki-chan,
Aki-chan, cut it short. Tsuka said stop to watch Akiho when she got up on the platform, but they quickly left after getting bored.
とっとと動かしちゃおうよ
Let's hurry up and get this thing moving.
え
What?
でも
But it'll have more impact after telling our tale of love and courage and glory.
インパクト出るって
出ないよ
No, it won't.
全く
It
ね
really won't. I'm not feeling any impact at all, Akio-chan. And what does she even mean by tale of love and courage and glory? That sounds so corny. Because it is corny. After looking dejected for a moment, Akiho quickly regains her composure.
まずはパフォーマンス
If it's performance you want, it's a performance you'll get.
じゃあ
Alright. Akiho holds up the mic again. She poses exaggerated like Mr. Pallades would, and shouts orders at Model 2.
ガンツクツ
Gun Build 2! Advance! So that's how we're doing this? Got it. After receiving Akiho's instructions, I quickly input the advance command. Model 2 walks forward. Do the guess. It should look like the robot followed Akiho's orders. Well, if there was an audience, that is.
続いて
Next, Gun Build 2. Turn 90 degrees.
カニ歩き
Crab walk. Despite taking it apart and reassembling it, Gun Build 2 moves smoothly, just like it did when we tested it on the island. Electric motor gears are loud, making it significantly noisier than the hydraulic motors in the other robots. But that actually has the effect of making a robot sound more powerful. And indoors, the effect is markedly increased. People slowly begin to gather in front of our booth, likely drawn in by the loud noises. I figured people would stop to look once our robot got moving.
パパ
Daddy, look. That robot's super lame.
そうだな
Right? Wanna go look at the Renault Company robots again? Hey, come on now. Talk about cutthroat honesty.
は
Alright, to the kid over there who said his lame. Akio starts talking directly to the little kid. Should she really be doing that? Maybe I should stop her. I look to Michi for help, but his are no good teacher. But our no good teacher has his hands full just holding the transmission gun.
騙されたのを
Take a look at Gun Build 230. Just give it a try.
くださいそこに
The real gun barrel's right there.
頑張れるなんて
Gun barrel is a bad influence on our children. I can't let my son see that. Wow, she's right. Gun barrel's there. That's so cool. The father refuses, but the little boy pulls out his Pokecom, takes a look, and starts cheering.
おい高志
Hey, Takashi. But Daddy, it's really cool. It's actually gun barrel, and it's moving around. This is the first positive reaction we've gotten from the audience all day.
ガンツクツ
Gun Build 2. Transition from...
元気一発をお見舞いして
Why am I blinking? Gekisai Daiichi into Blasts of Spirit. According to Akiho, these are Model 2's ultimate moves, both of which are special motions programmed into the robot. She wants me to link them into a super combo? I guess she's not holding any cards back. Akiho's totally on cloud 9.
いいけどね
Sure, why not? The only person in the crowd enjoying himself is a little boy. But regardless, he's our first real guest we've gotten on our 6-month journey. So, while he may be one person, may only be one person, I want to make sure he goes home satisfied. The special moments require more inputs than the basic ones, so the timing's a lot harsher. Up until the very end, Juno was never able to do it. But she's an amateur. I'm a different story. I'm the man ranked second place in the world at Kill Ballad. I can do command inputs like this with my eyes closed. No biggie. I rapidly tap the buttons. After receiving the command, Model 2 begins to move. It's not just walking. Gekisai Daiichi is a karate kata that Juno's been performing since she was a child. While we cut from the kata were the kicks. Model 2 turns to the left defensively, then transitions into a front thrusting punch. Then it turns to the right and repeats the motion. After omitting the kick, it performs an elbow strike, then a sweep, then another front punch. It follows those motions up with 2 left and right punches. This entire sequence of movements is registered to a single command. Even the Zanshin stance, while slightly awkward, is reproduced faithfully. It's apparently a fairly basic kata, but it's super impactful when a giant robot performs it. The punches in particular have a lot of force behind them, leaving the boy in the audience to cheer in excitement. Once I've inputted a command, I can relax until it's time for the next one, so I take a moment. I look over at the father and son. The father who had been so negative about gun barrels is now looking at Model 2 with his son, eyes glimmering. He kinda reminds me of Akiho's old man. The same guy who had his 2 daughters inherit his love for robots and mecha anime. In a way, he's the reason that Model 2 exists at all. Some adults never stop loving mecha anime, no matter how old they get. Seeing this father and son follow their robots' movements together is honestly pretty heartwarming. I can't help but smile. It's funny, I was so annoyed at how that dude threw the bottle earlier and made fun of our work. But now... well, right now, I genuinely want these 2 to enjoy themselves. Gekisai Daiichi is almost over, so I input the Blast to Spirit command after watching my timing. This is Model 2's most impressive move. In the anime, the protagonist's gun barrels sorties, and then does its signature pose right in front of the enemy. This movement actually represents all of gun barrel. Basically, why can't I fucking read right now? Holy shit, dude. Akiho pushed hard to get this programmed into Model 2, saying that anyone would absolutely get fired up after seeing it. Storm and Surge! Akiho shouts into the mic as Model 2 moves along. She even copies its poses. Blast of Spirit! Akiho's movements are fully synchronized with Model 2. Gun Barrel! But she's not the only one. Both the father and son are posing as well. Model 2's special motion comes to an end, accompanied by Akiho's cry. Our first real guests take a commemorative photo afterward. They grab a copy of the production journal and leave with smiles as we wave to see them off. Kai, we did it! Akiho comes running over to me with a big smile and goes for the high five. I grin and respond in kind. We're still not getting many visitors. We're on the edge of the venue, so most guests end up going to the major centerpiece exhibits. I'd say out of the 100,000 expo visitors, I got about 500 guests who dropped by to take a look at Model 2. But you know what? The expo has only just begun. We just gotta keep moving forward, one person at a time. We knew from the start that we wouldn't be able to win against the high-budget robots from the major companies. That's why we just have to slowly and steadily crawl our way up the ranks. I mean, winning the Grand Prix might have been a little difficult. But the fact that we're standing here at all is a miracle in and of itself.
Hi, 私は今東京お台場にある万博アリーナに来ています。
Oh boy, tweeps. Reporting an update for the spread of the Kimijima reports. As of February 26, 2020, 79% has spread worldwide. Total completion, 16%. Spain, past 80%. Finland, past 70%. Japan, completion past 30%. Attention, currently performing at booth So R29 via Tokyo Expo Odaiba Arena. Please stop by. Either way, I think Little Sotomi is a better club president now. Today's News Evening 5 will be a special on the Tokyo Expo. Senomiya Misaki from Exoskeleton Company will be appearing as a guest. If Misaki-san is appearing live on Fuji-san TV, maybe she'll be at the Odaiba of Dainu. I heard at the Exco booth, but they are having a special demonstration in the afternoon today. Breaking news, Exco booth is hosting a special demonstration in the afternoon. Maybe Misaki-san herself is riding Sumeragi at the special demonstration. What? Is it true that Misaki-san might appear at the expo venue? Ra Misaki-san, Jules, must go. We finally get to see her real position as a test pilot, and seeing it live. Sounds like Misaki-san is doing the special demonstration. Misaki-san is coming to Odaiba? Breaking news. It appears that Misaki-san will be at the Exco booth at the expo today. Hey, right now. That Fuji-san TV is interviewing Tanegashima Robotics Club. The Sonomiya Akio girl. Isn't she Misaki-san's sister? She was the runner-up at last year's Robo 1. What? Sonomiya Akio-chan is participating in the expo creating a giant robot. I thought I heard their name before. They're from RO41. I was sad that they were not in 42, but didn't think they would be at the expo. They were Chuo Tanegashima High Robotics Research Club officially at Robo 1. Wonder why they shortened their name. It was too long. Misaki-san is beautiful, but Aki-chan is cute. She doesn't have the San vibe. I felt right calling her Chan. Her responses are so pure. A high school girl. The rumors are that Sonomiya Misaki is coming to Odaiba. If so, then both Sonomiya sisters will be there. This is a chance to see the Sonomiya sisters together. Not the time to be eating. Alright. Hello everyone, I'm coming to you live from the Expo Arena in Odaiba, Tokyo. It's now the 5th day since the grand opening, and despite it being a weekday, the Tokyo Expo is totally packed. At the Odaiba venue, also known as the Giant Robot Festival, I'm happy to introduce a high school talent. The club president of the Tanegashima Robotics Club, Sonomiya Akio-san. Hello, it's nice to meet you. The pretty reporter points her mic at Akiho, who stiffens up immediately. Is she going to be able to answer her questions? I'm watching from a distance, and quite frankly, I'm worried. This is a live broadcast. It could be shown on Tanegashima right now. The Tanegashima Robotics Club entered as a general exhibitor, and the only high schoolers here. Amazing! Sonomiya-san, what made you decide to build a giant robot? It's always been my dream to become a robot. Calm down. I see. Is robot development a big thing on Tanegashima? I know it's famous for space exploration. It's not at all. We got laughed at a lot for our work. There are only 2 of us left in the club now. But we had lots of people who helped. I think Japanese people truly love robots. Interesting. It's been 5 days since the Tokyo Expo started. What do you think so far? We're just getting started, but we're going to win the Grand Prix. Oh, Akiho. Wow, that's a very bold declaration. I'm certainly looking forward to see how this plays out. Now, your older sister is the Sonomiya Misaki of the Exoskeleton Company, currently huge with the media, right? Sonomiya Misaki is set to hold a demonstration at this venue today, but... Huh? That was the first time Akiho and I had heard anything about that. Akiho flashes me a puzzled look. I don't have an answer for her. I only just heard it myself, so I'm just as surprised. What kind of person is your older sister to you, Akiho-san? She's gonna be here today? Yes. That was what that was what was written in the press release. Mixus is coming here? Yes, that's right. Well... The reporter glances over at the man, who seems to be her director, and then looks back to the camera. How exciting, right? Maybe we could see the 2 of you perform together. Anyway, after a brief commercial break, we'll be introducing giant robots from various countries around the world. Nice cover, news reporter lady. One of the assistants yells, "Entering commercial break." The reporter's smile morphs into an expression of relief. Yeah, that really surprised me. Looks like things kinda got out of hand, huh? I'm sorry for surprising you like that. Did you not know if your sister was going to be here? I didn't. The plan was to introduce the Tanegashima Robotics Club robot, but the dog is barking. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, 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 bark. The reporter and director draw close to each other and quietly discuss something. The conversation ends quickly. The reporter offers Akiho a smile and a handshake. Anyhow, we really appreciate your cooperation, Senomiya-san. That'll be all for the interview. Thanks for your time. She forces a smile and, like an adult, offers a word of gratitude before trying to head to the next interview. My sister, Senomiya Misaki. Do you know when she'll be here? I believe I heard she'd be here around 2. 2. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. In the end, the reporter flashes her a smile and dashes off to the next booth with her people. She was pretty nice. Kai, she said Big Sis is coming. Akiho's expression is even more tense than it was during the interview. Yeah. I felt like the arena was more crowded than usual. Now I know why. Do you think we'll get to see her with all these people here? We know where she's going. The Exco booth. And she's not gonna come to us. We'll go to her. We've been forced to chase after her all this time. But now we'll be the ones waiting for her. We won't be able to have a leisurely conversation here. But we just need to meet up with her. If you do that, all the misunderstandings from constantly missing each other will be cleared up. At least, I hope so. Akiho is still tense, so I put my hands on her cheeks and jostle them around. Who are you? You're just going to see your sister, aren't you? Why are you so nervous? Because... I didn't think I'd get to see her today. I'm not ready for this. Could she be any more of a handful? Look, this is our only chance to make a comeback. We absolutely can't afford to run away, you hear me? I know. Today's gonna be a crazy one. And look at my wristwatch. February 26, 2020, 11:14 AM. Mizune is scheduled to appear in less than 3 hours. Thanks to the power of being a visual novel, it's a lot closer to that time already. Wow. And back and forth. Back and forth. The floor beneath me sways back and forth in an unchanging rhythm. The sounds of waves faintly reaches my ears. In this room, dark, narrow room, rather, I put on a black bodysuit. Like some kind of membrane, it's thick and elastic. It tightly clings to my bare skin. The cool feeling is pleasant. Then, upon realizing that my body feels hot, I bite my lip. It seems like, without me being conscious of it, I'm excited. Back and forth. The floor sways. The world shakes. Outside the small window is a sea of blue with no land in sight. Is this weird? Does that kind of sound like I dream? Wyvern, operation begins in 90 minutes. Begin preparations. Understood. I by no means expected that I received Wyvern as a call sign. It was surely intentional. The same call sign was used in a certain mecha anime long ago. For a ghost that doesn't exist. For a phantom with no substance. Perhaps it's surprisingly fitting. I hold my streamlined helmet under my arm and open the watertight door of the room. I walk through a narrow, confined passageway, heading toward the hangar. Exiting onto a catwalk, I look down at the giant black spider sitting below me, currently on standby. I prefer it if it was white. Back and forth. The world shakes again. The waves are tall today. But that proves no obstacle to me. So yeah, the motors aren't hydraulic, but they're kinda hydraulic. Plus, some are electric. Going on TV after this. Either way, forgot that. Construction has finally come to an end. Depending on the weather on March 2nd, it looks like we can launch a rocket for the first time in 5 years. Nakiho has been incoherent on the mic for a while now. She keeps messing up what she's supposed to say. The energy she had from the first day is long gone. And the fact that Misane is coming here today has completely put her on edge. What kind of motors are you using? Monopoles. The motors are, mono... I hurriedly input a command to make Model 2 turn on the spot. Nakiho notices the noise and stops talking. She looks over at me with a blank expression on her face. She doesn't seem to have realized what she was saying. I shake my head at her in silence, and she comes to her senses. It's a trade secret. Good grief, what a handful. Since Akiho is busy working the mic, I'm stuck with using the laser gun and operating Model 2 at the same time. Michi only came on the first day, so he's been MIA. Oof. I really hope he's properly handling our lodging issue. Mr. Candy shows up daily, but all he ever does is watch the robot with a satisfied look for about an hour before taking off. So, aside from the opening day, it's basically just been me and Akiho running the booth and Model 2. Command inputs require both hands. The laser transmission gun also requires both hands to properly aim. It's impossible to do both at the same time. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, I've had to use special commands over everything else. Once I input one of these commands, the robot moves by itself for about 30 seconds. I only input a command when Akiho gives the order, otherwise I'm holding up the transmission gun. I've never had to work this much in my life. But given there's nobody else here to do it, I have little say in the matter. Finally, we'll end our performance by showing you our hero's super combo. Ganvero! Do it! Whoa, 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 whoa. Normally she explained over the mic that Ganvero would be transitioning from a Gekisai Daiichi to a Blast of Spirit. Did she even forget about that? This Misane stuff must have really messed her up. Whatever, I'll just do as I'm told. I input the Gekisai Daiichi command, immediately pick up the transmission gun from the table next to me, and fire. Once Gekisai Daiichi is about to end, I put down the transmission gun and input the next command. When the combo ends, Aki will thank the audience for coming. At least she's supposed to, but she doesn't seem to be doing it. She's looking around restlessly. What's she doing? Come on, keep it together. That's what I'm about to warn her. I noticed that it's not just Akiho who's so restless. Everyone in the audience is whispering a single name, almost like some big game of telephone. Sonomiya Misaki has arrived. The rumor propagates like a wave and spreads out amongst the throngs of people. Before long, the whole audience starts moving simultaneously. Not just the audience in front of our booth, but the guests at the other booths are all heading in the same direction. There's little doubt they're headed for the Exco booth. Everyone's going to see Misane. What should I do? Should we go too? But after my experience with the Sea of Flesh on the first day, I'm a bit weary. Lucky, however, sets the mic down, only to start sprinting in the complete opposite direction of the crowd. What is she thinking?
Aki-chan!
Aki-chan!
ちょっと行ってくる。
I'll be back in a bit.
行くってどこ
Where are you going?
関係者エリア。
The staff area.
そこ
Big
から
sis should be coming out from over there. No, I get it. She's trying to catch Misane before she goes into the Exco booth. Clever girl. I shut down the power after having Model 2 crouch down, and quickly follow after Akiho. Eyewitnesses in the staff area say they saw Misane in the corridor. The staff area corridor is off limits for normal visitors, so there's nobody inside. Considering the only thing that separates it in tens of thousands of people is a single wall. The corridor itself is silent, eerily so. However, that proves convenient for us. We're able to spot Misane from afar. There's only one person other than us in here. That's right. She's right there. She has a sense of elegance to her, even in the way she walks. Her back is perfectly straight, like she's filled with limitless confidence. There's no way me or Akiho would ever mistake her for anyone else. Nothing has changed since we last saw her in Tanegashima 7 years ago. Big sis! Misane! I yelled out to her after Akiho. After hearing our voices, she slowly turns around. Misane is dressed in a tight white suit and sounded for use with a hug. It's the very same one she wears in the Exco commercials. The suit clearly exposes her natural curves. I gotta admit, it's kinda sexy. The way she was walking alone down the corridor, helmet under her arm, it looked like it could have been a movie scene. I can read. We'll finally meet again. After all this time. It's been 7 long years since the day we said our goodbyes at the Tanegashima airport. The only contact I've had with her since then is when she called me last summer. And now that very same Misane is standing right in front of me, the same one that never returned to Tanegashima. Big sis. Makiho hasn't spoken to her in 7 years. I'm sure this reunion is especially important to her. I figured she'd immediately run over and tackle Misane. But Akio does nothing. Maybe she's nervous. And since the two of us ran the whole way here, we're both out of breath. Given our seizures, neither of us can do much in the way of heavy exercise. The both of us stop in front of Misane, breathing heavily. And the whole time, she just looks at us. She doesn't say a word. All three of us are just looking at each other in silence. But Akio's the first one to break the silence. Big sis, a long time no see. Akio is clearly very emotional right now. Just looking at Misane in absolute wonderingly, her eyes tearing up. It's really you. Hey, do you recognize me? Wait, we're sisters. That's a weird thing to ask. Plus, Dad and Mom sent you a picture every New Year's. But it's been 7 years, right? I'm still just a tiny little kid back then. So what do you think? You look pretty different, huh? Although, my breasts and stuff didn't grow much. Not like you, anyway. Did you forget I'm here? Oh, TMI, I guess. The conversation ends there. Misane still hasn't said a word. She's been quietly listening to Akio talk with a kind-looking smile on her face. She doesn't try to say anything. Her eyes are glued to Akio. It appears as though she's giving her full attention. Why isn't she saying anything? And why is she acting like I don't exist? She won't even make eye contact with me. What am I, chopped liver? This is mean, even for her. Is this her sadistic idea of a reunion? Or is she just messing with me? I hate this. I'm too old to let her get the best of me like that. Fine, I'll talk to her then.
Misane.
Misane. Aki. I just happen to speak at the same time that Misane says Akiho's name. Damn it, what awful timing. Fine, I guess I'll shut up for now. You've grown. Yeah. The brief comment is enough to wash away all the uncertainty from Akiho's face and put a smile in its place. There's so much stuff I want to talk about, big sis. Like, tons, but there's something I need to tell you first. The Robotics Club you started has made it all the way here. We made it to the expo, the greatest stage on the planet. But, well, the club itself got disbanded before we could get here. And the robot we're exhibiting isn't the gun barrel that you designed. But we inherited the CT Robotics Club will, I promise. For the past 7 years, it's been passed down from generation to generation, ending here with me and Kai's. Us, all the past Robotics Club members, all the people who helped us out. It's thanks to all of them that we're here now. So, I'd be super happy if you took a look at a robot, even if it's just for a second. Yeah,
父さんと母さんは
Mom and Dad. Are they well?
お父
Yeah.
さんなんか
Jax is gonna be firing off a rocket for the first time in years, so Dad is super excited. I'm getting impatient. Could Akiho hurry and wrap it up already? With Misane right in front of me, I'm overflowing with things I want to say. It feels like I'm drowning in these feelings and won't be able to say anything. Even so, there's one thing I absolutely have to tell her. Just one thing. I have to tell her, no matter what.
ミサネ
Misane. I have forcefully butt my butt into the conversation. Haha.
俺
I have a message
水
from
香さんから
Mizuka-san.
伝言を預かってるんだ
My voice feels hoarse. I feel a throbbing deep inside my chest. I still haven't managed to get over it. No, it's not something I should get over. Misane doesn't even attempt to look at me. I'm worried that she doesn't even see me.
水香さんが
Mizuka-san asked me to tell you this the next time I saw you,
亡くなる
just
直
before
前
she died. This is what she said.
ハグをプレゼントしてく
Thank
れ
you
て
for
あ
the
りがとう
hug.
そのおかげで
It's thanks to this that I was able to live a pretty normal life for these last 2 years since the accident. I know I'm not reading the room. I know this isn't the right time. We've been waiting for this moment for years. And now I'm talking about depressing stuff and making things awkward for everyone. I'm sorry, Akiho. But I have to get this out while I can.
ミサネ
Misane.
俺さ
Mizuka-san was right there in front of my eyes, but
水香さんのこと
アッキー
Aki. Misane abruptly interrupts me. Huh? Misane still has that smile on her face. I'm confused.
進路は決まっ
Have you decided what you're doing after graduation? Wait, what? What's going on? What is Misane saying? Did she ignore me? My brain refuses to comprehend it. Why did she just ignore me? It's not that I really care. It just surprised me more than anything. That's a fair thing to be surprised by, though. Maybe she's just on the edge because she has a demonstration coming up. But... And those are Mizuka-san's final words. That's the one thing I didn't want her to ignore. There's no way Misane would ever ignore her. Mizuka-san was her best friend. She would never do that. Has she changed that much? All the chunks of info I've gathered up until now, all my delusions, will start to build up to the surface.
お姉ちゃん
Nexus.
なあミサネ
Hey, Misane.
水香さんの最後の言
You
葉
have
だ
to
け
at
は
least hear Mizuka-san's final words. I say to her expectantly. Look at me, Misane. You need to accept Mizuka-san's words.
なんでこっちを見てくれな
Why
いわ
won't
け
you look at me?
ミサネ
Misane.
見つけたぞ。
There you are. Suddenly, a man's voice echoes in the corridor. Oh, that's nice. Before we realize it, a man standing a few feet away from us starts pointing a handgun in our direction.
あれって
Is that a gun?
あいつ
It's him. I remember that man's face. I saw him with Misane on the news before. I think he's Misane's boss. Sawada Q. Sawada Toshiyuki. The man connected to the Tavistock Institute. Seeing as how he's pointing a gun at us, he must be trying to erase us. I glance at Misane to check her expression, but she's not even looking at him. And not just Sawada, she isn't looking at me or even at Akio anymore. Her gaze is fixed in another direction, but despite the situation, she still has that calm smile on her face. How is she so calm and collected right now? Is she okay with me or Akio getting killed? Or is she in on all of this?
動くな
Don't move.
手を上げろ
Put your hands up.
かい
Kai,
お姉ちゃん
big sis. Sawada holds the gun with both hands and carefully moves towards us. It feels like her reality has suddenly disappeared. Just moments ago, when we were celebrating a reunion with Misane. But now my heart is falling to pieces. In the distance, I can faintly hear the host of various booths explaining their robots. The hustle and bustle of people swirls together to form a cheerful background noise. It's like another world over here. Am I really still in the expo arena?
手を上げろ
I
と
said
言
put
って
your
いる
hands up. Makiho looks like she's about to cry as she raises her hands. I bite my lip and do as I'm told. The fact that this guy is Misane's boss means, well, it means my delusions aren't delusions, they're reality. All the things I'd heard up until now.
もしこれ以上関わ
If you get involved any further, you'll
あ
regret
なたの
it.
きっと後悔すること
Regardless, Yashi-senpai, you're in a really bad position right now.
マスターは
Master was murdered.
この世界は
And this world is more ugly
あ
and
んたらが
foul
思ってる
than you
以上
think.
に醜くて汚い
The words echo in the back of my mind. Was this what Mizuka-san's warning meant? Is this what she meant by ignorance is bliss? How Kimijima-ko was murdered? How Frau's mob was murdered? How important people around the world, even Mizuka-san, were being killed by out-of-control hugs? Has this all been because of Misane and her allies? If that's true, if that's really the case, I can't...
まさか
By no means did I ever believe that you were connected to them.
まんまと
You
出し
certainly managed to fool me. I wanted to tear out my hair. What exactly is he talking about? Who's he saying that to? It can't be Akiho. She doesn't know anything about the conspiracy. I never told her. In that case, Sawada's talking to me, the one who spread the Kimijima reports around the world. But I don't understand a single bit of what he's saying.
何を企ん
What are
で
you plotting?
君の
What's your
本
true
当の
goal
狙いは
here?
何だ答えろ
Answer me, Sanemiya.
Huh?
Huh? Sanemiya. Not me. There's no way he means Akio. The only other person here with the name Sanemiya is...
アッキー
Aki. I jump. It felt like my heart was about to come flying out of my mouth. Misane's been completely silent since Sawada showed up. Until now. And she's still smiling. She still wears that welcoming smile despite a gun being pointed at us. She stands totally calm.
お姉
Big
ちゃん
sis.
ロケットの打ち上げ
Has the rocket launched yet? Misane, what are you saying? I can't help myself. I don't understand any of this at all. It's like Misane is a totally different person. The Misane I loved and respected is no longer there. The right stuff inside of her is gone. I don't know if my words reached her, but the smile nonetheless vanishes from her face. She turns and faces Sawada, silently. I told you not to move. I will shoot. Stop. Sawada's gazing on her, pointed straight at Misane. Not me. Not Akiha. Misane. Shouldn't he be pointing the gun at me? I'm the one who leaked the reports. Inside of my head is a mess. Both Misane and this man are from the Committee of 300. They're comrades. So why? Misane bends her lips slightly. Hidden hand. Those words. Misane takes a single step toward the man. She makes no sound. Her movement is inhuman. Without any preparation, she just suddenly bursts into a sprint. I said don't move! No! Misane! She's dead. Misane is dead. She took that bullet straight on. And yet... Misane slips by Sawada as if nothing had happened. Impossible! I know I hit her! Did he miss? Is that even possible at point-blank range and with such firm aim? There isn't a single drop of blood on the floor. Is she okay? Wait a second. How can Misane run like that without making a sound? Senomiya, stop! Instead, the Akiho does something unexpected. She grabs onto Sawada's arm as she tries to shoot Misane in the back. Don't shoot! Let go! You idiot! I instinctively leap in as well. Without thinking, I tackle Sawada from behind. Gut. Knocked down. The gun falls from Sawada's hands. He tries to pick it back up, but I yank his leg from behind. He pulls me down, gets on top of me, and starts punching me. I cover my face with both arms and kick Sawada in the chest. I've got some distance. Without delay, I pick up the gun. I don't know how to use it, but I hold it with both hands and point it at Sawada. Still on his hands and knees, he looks up at me, frustrated. I glance around at my surroundings. There's no sight of Misane anymore. Akiho entered the passage leading into the expo arena, chasing after her. What's going on here? You have to stop Senomiya. Shut up! Don't move! What? Suddenly, a lonely melody resounds throughout the venue. Blah, blah. The moment I hear it, my hair stands on end. Kagome, Kagome. It's just like back then. It's the same nursery rhyme that played when Mizuka-san's hug went berserk. If this continues, everything will end up like it's written in the Kimijima reports. What the hell is going on? Everything that happened in Tanakashima, everything happening here in Odaiba, it's all starting to connect. I have a terrible feeling about this. But with Sawada glaring at me, I can't move. Lucky hope. Misane. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to end here. What a cliffhanger to end on. I know, I feel horrible, but we could enjoy that cliffhanger for next time. Welp. Isn't that fun? Well, really, truly, what a note to end on. I know. You feel like waiting for a better stop to end the stream on would mean finishing the chapter at this point, so given chapter 11 apparently being short and all that, yeah. It's okay. We can have a little cliffhanger as a treat, especially since the plan is to finish finish phase 11 along with phase 10. Called phase is not chapters. God, you're getting me all confused up in here. Shit just got real. As soon as it turned out he was aiming his gun at Misaki, as instead of either Akiko or Kaido, it's like, okay, maybe Sawada isn't the bad guy like he's been being painted out to be. So I'm really interested to see what's going on with that, especially since we did get that Misaki POV earlier with her in a black suit instead of the white one. So I'm really wondering what's going on there. Lots of questions, no answers. Maybe we'll get some answers next time, though. I imagine we will, since after phase 10 and 11, there's only phase 12 after, so, you know. Robotics Notes has felt like an entire visual novel of the build-up proportions of Steins Gate or Chaos Head, so it's nice finally getting a climax, even if it's only just started. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's kind of interesting with how Robotics Notes endings have been, because, like, since they've been, like, continuous, of like, oh yeah, like, this has happened after this one, like, none of them has felt like an ending yet, whereas all the other endings for, like, say, Steins Gate and Chaos Head, like, if you really wanted to, you could, like, get the one ending and then be able to call it a day. Even, like, just the Suzuha ending in Steins Gate, for example, like, I personally wouldn't stop at just the Suzuha ending, but someone could, you know? So it's really interesting how Robotics Notes, like, you know, you have to get all of them, especially since, like, they are continuous like this as well. It does make me wonder how, Anonymous Code will be in terms of gameplay and stuff. Not that we'll be playing Anonymous Code for a while, but yeah. Yeah, if you guys have any further thoughts you'd like to share about the happenings in Robotics Notes, there is the Science Adventure series forum under the anime and manga, or no, not anime manga, under the games tab in the Discord server. If you play Steins Gate skipping the endings and going straight for the true end, it would have had more in common with Robotics Notes, but there still are the endings. Yeah, that's true. He did catch a glimpse of Misa and I was like, women, fair. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this continues and stuff. I don't have any thoughts in my head. I'm tired. I am curious to see how this phase wraps itself up, because while it has been definitely very continuous and none of the endings feel like proper endings, each phase does do a good job at, like, wrapping itself up for its, like, little part of the story, so I am curious to see how that's going to be, especially knowing that phase 11 is going to be fairly short. And of course I'm very eager to see what the final phase is going to be like, because they're already at the expo. I thought that was the end goal, but since we're at the expo 2 chapters before the ending, I really wonder what's going to be at the end, you know? And it also does make me, like, curious as to how, like, Robotics Notes Dash will play into this as well. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see and find out next week. Yeah, I'll see you all next time, be it tomorrow or next week, whenever you are next able to join me again in stream. I do look forward to seeing you here in chat or on the YouTube videos as well. I appreciate all your support as always, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!